Thank you, thank you. And look, as you've all seen today, we just got to make life happen. No matter what's going on, you've just got to juggle, you've just got to move forward, focus on progress, not perfection. I've had to learn to love myself even when things are not perfect. And you know, we have been totally inspired today. I'd like to firstly honour the speakers. Firstly, you, Justin, you do such an amazing job, and it's not just your bright shirt, it's your absolute brightness. I thought you were very game there, saying that all Nicole had done was put on makeup. I thought, oh, he's a brave man. We all know Nicole does so much for everyone. Yeah, and then you backtracked a little, I saw that. Nicole has done such hard work to put this event together. So thank you, Justin, for hosting it. Thank you, Nicole, for all your work. Thanks, Danielle. You've done amazing. You know, I feel like our cousin is in town visiting via Zoom, so that's wonderful. Winnie, you're always an inspiration. Your grace and dignity, it's just makes me want to be a far more refined human being. You're wonderful. Inspiring. Janine, your work and you hosting the raffles, fantastic, bringing a lot of joy to everybody. Kim, that was just so inspiring, and you know, we thank you. We are so grateful that you allow us to do work in the world in this way via the amazing Advancing Life Foundation. And Alan, please come back and talk again all the time. We love listening to you. Your voice is just so soothing. Can you record lots of things for us? And can you just come and do a weekly meeting? I think let's start a petition. Come on. You know, it's like, I want in. Whatever you're talking about, I'm in. That voice. And how fantastic to hear the breakthrough explained so succinctly. I learned a lot during your presentation. So thank you, Alan, for hanging out with us today. So my job is to do a little bit of a call for action, and let's talk about action. You've been motivated enough, I think. I don't need to inspire or motivate. I think you've had a fair dose of that. Now it's time to get busy. And, you know, because otherwise it's just another great conference. We don't want it to be another great conference. We want it to be a landmark moment for you where you actually make some decisions from here and it changes where you end up. And I think that what I'd like to cover in closing is that success in anything really is going to pivot around three key things. Firstly, motivation, then strategy, and then growth. So I just want to cover those quick things in a few minutes. And I want to give you an activity. I want to give you some homework. Come on, if you've just been sitting there with your cup of tea or it is the weekend, your glass of bubbles, and get busy. It's about time that you got busy. So get your notepad and pen. I'm going to give you 3 activities to help you use what's happened here to move forward. So motivation. It is really important to know why you're doing this. You know, if logic was enough, everybody would be an ambassador, triple, whatever. You know, logic is not enough. We should know that. Motivation is really the reason behind why we do anything. What does it mean to you? And I don't think it's enough to say, and I know we've had a lot of rank advancements and they're exciting, but it's not enough to say I want to be a diamond or I want to be a double or a triple. It's what that means to you. You know, when I got started, bronze meant a new pair of shoes for my kids. Bronze meant I could breathe and take them out for a meal every now and again. I could finish paying the rent without stress. Bronze, to me, that extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month, just meant a bit of breathing room. So what does it mean to you? You know, you've got to give meaning to the ranks. They have to mean something for you. What reason do you have that is compelling enough to keep you on track? Because you will ask yourself, why am I doing this? And you need to have a very clear reason. A goal is empty if you don't believe in it. So it's not just about having a motivation. It's about having a motivation that you can get behind, something you believe in. Now, I could set a goal right now to be at the Olympics high jump. I could be super motivated about that, but I don't believe that. I'm a shorty, and also I'm not very sporty, and I don't want to be. So though it seems like a great idea to stand up on the podium, it's not something that drives me because A, I'm not emotionally connected, and B, I don't believe in it. So here's your activity. If we sat down in a year's time and you and me had a coffee and you told me about your year, tell me about your year, how it already went. I went bronze at this time. It meant that we could start going out for dinner. It meant that Jenny could come home and start working part-time. It meant that at Christmas, it meant that at Christmas we had better options. And then we just kept going. We had so much momentum. I worked really hard and then we went platinum. And platinum meant that I could quit my job. Oh my gosh, the day I walked into my boss's office and I said, see you later, love you, but not that much. It was the best day ever. You know, tell me the story of you in 1 year and tell me the story of you in 5 years. Right? Because in 5 years, you can accomplish anything. You guys have seen Malcolm, my sponsor, father of the boys, go from bankrupt, from zero to a 7-figure income, triple ambassador in this company in less than 5 years. So if he can do it, you can do a lot in your 5 years too. So that's the first activity, motivation. Tell me the story as if it already happened. Write it down, record it, even better, record it, play it to yourself. I told my boys this week that we were driving along on the way to school. One of my sons was complaining about his situation, you know, the horrors of a 13-year-old. And there was a tree on the side of the road and we were just stopped at the lights. And I said, look at that tree, Max. It's in a really awful position, isn't it? It's precarious. Its roots are growing onto the road. It's getting all the dust. I said, are you a tree? He's like, what? I said, are you a tree? What can you do that the tree cannot do? And all the kids in the car screamed, move. Exactly. So if there's stuff in your life that's bugging you, if there's things that you'd like to change, you've got something in your hands that will allow you to move from that. Okay, so that's task number 1. Tell me what's going to happen in your life in the next year. Number 2, strategy. It's not really a goal unless it's in your calendar. And it better be in your calendar for this week, right? So I spoke to somebody in my team yesterday and he's got some great dreams and I love him. I absolutely love this guy. But we identified together that their dreams weren't very specific. They were just kind of out there, nebulous, you know, floating out there. And they're fantastic dreams, but we need to nut them out and they need to start getting in the diary. So do your goals or dreams have dates on them? It's a question. If they don't, they're wishes. They're just wishes. You know, you could still be wishing that at 78. So put a date next to your goals and now you can build a strategy. Once you have a date next to your goals, you can go to your upline and say, all right, well, I want to go bronze by this day. I want to go platinum by Christmas. What is my strategy? Break it down to what you need to do every week, to what you need to do every day. That way you know whether you're moving forward every day or whether you're moving away from it every day. That way, if you've got a goal to make 2 phone calls every day or to reach out to 5 people, you know what it means. You're not doing 2 phone calls. You're not reaching out to 5 people. You're moving closer to that goal, which has a deadline on it. So here's your activity for strategy. Remember, you're not a tree. You're not static. You're moving. Open up your calendar and put some events into this week, this one, right? And they have to be repeat. So which workshops are you going to do every single week? What time in your day are you scheduling towards building your business? You guys have heard me say that I went to Malcolm when I first got started and I was like frustrated. Oh, my business isn't doing so well. And he said, what business? I said, you know, my ASEA business. Oh, he said, it looked more like a hobby the way you were showing up. Oh, thanks very much. He was right. If I wasn't showing up every day, it was a hobby. So the activity is, I want to encourage you to look at your diary and say, what are the activities that I'm doing every day? Schedule it, 9 till 11 or 8 p.m. I had to build my business after the kids went to bed. But put it in your diary so that every day you've got things like your workshops, your phone calls, your prospecting, your replying to emails, your mentorship. Success is not an event. It doesn't happen in one day. It happens by what you do every day, okay? And finally, growth. Growth, it's going to take change to change. Oh, there's an obvious one. It's going to take change to change. I thought I was pretty amazing already, but it turned out that I had some things to learn because I didn't have the life that I wanted. It meant that I wasn't yet the person I needed to become. Now, when you look at elite sports, let's say I was working with a tennis player this week. He's an elite tennis player. When you look at the top guys in tennis, they can all hit a ball, right? They can all hit a ball. It doesn't become about the skill. It becomes about the mindset that they can absolutely fumble the ball in front of the whole world. And you'd think, oh, I'd just be curling up in a ball. But they just shake it off and they show up for the next hit. Mentally, you can see them just draw themselves into the present like nothing's happened and they're back in it. What's your bounce back time like? Mentally, we need to get to a place where we believe that the future is where we're writing, not in the past. Whatever's happened yesterday, whatever you've done already in a year or not done, it's gone. Today's a new leaf. Step up to the line, hold the racket. What's going to happen next is the only thing that matters. So my activity is to ask you, how are you growing? To list the things that are making you into a better, more capable, more inspiring person, into the leader that you want to become. Write the things down. What books are you reading? Who is your mentor? How are you stretching yourself? Because you know what? If you are an elite tennis player or any player and your coach is blindfolded in the corner, they can't help you. You need to bear yourself open, transparent, and be open to be challenged. Be challenged by the books. Be challenged by your mentor. It's no point if you're reading the books and you're flipping through going, oh yes, my husband really needs to read this. Like that's no good. It needs to be about you. And it's so exciting. Become your project. Become your best project. I would be absolutely devastated if I was the same person in 10 years' time than I am today. I hope to be so much better. So write down a list. That's the third activity of what you're doing to change, because time alone changes nothing. Decisions do. So that's what I'd like to leave you with, some activities to be clear on why you're doing it, to make sure you have a plan. You're not just like a jellyfish floating around, bopping around, hoping success strikes you and you wake up one day and go, there you go, ambassador, just kind of crept up on me. No, it has to be a strategic map. And thirdly, reach out for the support you need, to the resources you need to be growing in the right direction every day. Thanks so much, everybody, for this event. I love being part of it. Thanks for putting up with me in the car. And thanks back to you, Justin.